Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsc and Boo greet cheek with hand.
That sounds a little stupid. That sounds like a fun evening. Yeah, let's listen more.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsc. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened.
Oh, I can do checks for that. Kind of feels odd to have checks now. The trail would have ended there instead of leading you to Catherick, or Prism, and me. You're the only one Minsc listens to, remember. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Minsc really wanted to do the right thing, but it still seems kind of stupid. She's right, Minsc. I need to know you will follow orders from here on out.
I have already pledged my sword and hamster both. What more does Minsc have to give?
Your word, Ranger. That next time you will stop and think. I will not always be here to tell you what to do.
If not here, then where? Wherever there is, Minsc and Boo will go too. My hamster, he will not be parted from you again, Jaheira.
I missed him too. And try as you might, I know you have not missed my point as neatly as you pretend.
Oh.
Time to press ahead.
Yeah. Let's find out more about Minsc.
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Boo is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place.
Oh boy.
In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now,
Glad to hear.
what do you need of Minsc?
He's a bit crazy, but also funny. Do you remember why you were meeting with the Zentrum? Did you see that? Did you see Scratch just disappearing?
So dark an alliance sealed with Zentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining horde. You think Minsc could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Gah! Boo! Why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to...
Aww. Boo is really cute.
Once again, in smaller words? I see.
Oh boy.
This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsc is knowing more than Minsc knows. But it is a difficult thing.
What is your intelligence score, Minsc?
There are memories of this time that Minsc does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsc cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek.
He's a bit invasive. You sound reluctant.
The worm has already whipped me around the city like a slack-backed pony. I have no wish to saddle myself a second time. But if it cannot be Boo who pops inside my skull for a rummage,
Minsc is
then
also
I
quite buff.
trust you. Or Jaheira, but she is currently possessed of an empty head.
In Baldur's Gate 1, he had a witch handler companion, and their chemistry was great. Ah, sounds nice. Okay. Garon tries to use the illithid parasite tadpole to reach out for Minsc's mind.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
No.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster.
Oh. Makes sense. They want to control the city. I really hope long resting doesn't do anything. I wonder how old Minsc is. We'd better get to the guild hall before the battle is done.
Until Minsc arrives, the battle has not even begun. Whatever strangeness you
barrier.
believe you saw, there is only one simple truth in Minsc's mind. The cult is evil. The guild is evil. And Minsc fights evil.
Hussa.
If you cannot believe his words, then watch his doings. We will foil the Zentish plot, and then we will show 9 fingers the 5 fingers of Minsc. Yes?
Oh boy. As simple as that.
Yes? Yes.
Alright, we have our plan.
You come to speak of the last time Minsc stood watch? The snoring, it was Boo.
Sure. Gotta say, you're quick to call me friend.
Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends?
Okay. No, of course we're friends, friend.
Then you have a sword at your side and a hamster at hand.
Easy.
Whenever you need them.
To become his friend.
Unless I die. Or you die. Or you do anything at all to upset Boo. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through?
Answer me honestly. What's with the hamster?
Well, Boo, explain yourself.
Ah,
Clear enough?
absolutely. I speak with animals. Why can't I understand him? I love that you can ask that.
Can you not? Do you not see his noble bearing? The deep wells of wisdom that are his eyes? Boo speaks of much. Perhaps one day, you will be ready to listen.
Okay. Enough joking. Does the hamster actually speak to you?
There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rasheman. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so
You were
gazing of their
serious?
navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsc as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache,
You messed
well,
up your head.
justice cannot always afford to be gentle.
You lost your mind and gained a rat. Understood. Well, basically, but let's not be mean. So you're Paladin of Justice.
Do not be ridiculous. If
Paladin
any
of
of us
Boo.
is chosen by the gods, it is obviously Boo. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers.
I think there are very few instances which left Garon speechless in his life. I think this would be one like, what? Anyway, I'd like to know a little more about you.
There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge.
Are you coming on to me? Have you and Jaira always had such a quarrelsome relationship?
We have. Is it not wonderful?
Kinda like siblings, right? Do you even know what quarrelsome means?
To irk your friend so that she wishes to fill you with some crossbow quarrels, but knowing
Okay,
she
yeah.
never will for fear of hitting your hamster. There is no need for sweet words between companions such as we. Too often those are the weapons of flatterers and frauds. But she who will beat you about the head with the cold and pointy truth, that is a true Wicklaren.
Oh, what? What's a Wicklaren?
You do not know this custom. Great Rashomon is ruled by the masked ones. Wise women you might call witches. To each Wicklaren is bonded a berserker bodyguard, to dog her heels and watch her back, until death claims one or both. So it was with Minsc and his witch, Dinah here, until she died, and Minsc had to carry on without her. But Jaheira was there, to help Minsc take vengeance, and to kick his backside when he fell to brooding. As
Arms are a
any
little
true
messed up,
Wicklaren
aren't they?
would.
No, they are not. But in the meantime, they did like really weird stuff. So he sees Jaheira as his new witch. Interesting. I gotta say, it's sweet that you still have each other after all this time.
A hero is only as good as the friends they have at their back. This is why Boo favors this spot just above my buttocks.
Yeah, they are a little bit weirdly bent. I don't know. I hope this is not another bug just I have. When our minds mingled, I saw some strange things.
Huh? The mind of Minsc is a simple place. Of what
was.
strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface, a lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsc, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait!
Too dumb
That
to
look
die.
at your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsc you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice
Your
laced, in the
what?
Rashomon style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsc. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots.
This is a setup for so many so bad flirting lines. Well, I will refrain from using them. I actually can't. Never mind your pants. You've walked between planes, fought gods.
Well, as have you, no?
Oh, true.
Do not forget that when you gaze into Minsc, Minsc also gazes into you. we both fight evil, wherever it is found. The who and where are less important than the hamsters you meet along the way.
A very
On
common
this
saying.
matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were uncomfortable with our new power.
Is it power? True, it has made Minsc strong. Boo can scarcely get comfortable, so firm has my physique grown. But
You got more buff
what
with the
does the
tadpole?
parasite take in return? It is a horror wrapped in honey. Stay your sweet tooth, says Boo.
Continue.
As you wish, but
Good.
quietly. It is listening.
Never mind. Okay. Is that it?
You will grow to like Jahira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
I think that's
Minsc is an
it.
open book, with many
Ah,
pretty
no.
pictures.
Jira said you spent a century as a statue on the White. I'd like to hear about it.
Ah, you come in search of stories. It is
Yikes.
not yet time
You
to
see
tuck
that?
Boo in for the night, but very well.
Those arms.
After our adventurings with the ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing.
Sweaty
None
underbelly.
better to wield a brush than Minsc and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsc does not know. One moment we stood in the city's slums. The next, ambush! Then Minsc and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places.
So that's how you became known as a Stone Lord.
Aha! Perhaps this is the reason, Boo. It is not because of the legendary thickness of my
Everyone is
skull.
having fun with some wine. And you never saw who did it?
The mind of Minsc was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts.
Very
And then,
important.
I was stoned. For Minsc, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then it is now.
Sounds kind of better. Like, I mean, just being petrified, not moving at all, and to like experience the time sounds horrible. You traveled 100 years in a moment. What do you make of this new world?
I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsc and Boo will not rest.
Is it true you travel with the Ballspawn who saved Baldur's Gate?
Countless tales are told of Boo and Minsc. Many of them are so outlandish that even I do not know if they are true. Did Minsc bravely fend off the seductive vials of a succubus in the cloisters of Candlekeep? Maybe. Did he take a bath in the river Styx and temporarily forget himself? I do not remember. Did he travel with a spawn of the god of murder?
He's hilarious.
Warred against his evil brethren and battled triumphantly at the throne of Baal itself? Of course!
Like a one-shot
It's a
character.
splendid adventure.
He's just as I remember from 1 and 2, one of the best D&D game characters. How did you come to trust the spawn of such an evil god?
Oh, a curious question. Are a child and his father always alike? Take
Hopefully
Minsc.
not.
He does not have a clear memory of the face of his father, but he does remember tugging on the thick, red whiskers that sprang from his chin. A beard for the ages. Who could have nested there happily through even the harshest of Rashomon winters? Now, look closely at Minsc, and what do you see?
A man who's a little crazy, but very compassionate and upstanding. An idiot. A whole lot of muscle.
Well, yes, but also...
Also, who?
Who is correct? No beard! There are more whiskers on his tiny face than on the mighty chin of Minsc. If Minsc did not inherit the flaming red hair of his mother, or the bushy red beard of his father, why would the spawn of Baal inherit his wickedness?
That's surprisingly insightful. You're correct.
I have many more thoughts about beards to share. I did not know you cared to hear them.
I wonder if he has the same writer. I wouldn't think so. I don't know. But I mean, it's completely different companies and it's been like 20 years or something. I would be very surprised. Of course, I mean, as Alistair says, like also the voice actor changed and stuff. And I mean, I don't know the original voice, but like Mercer's, as usual, nailing it. Okay, I think there was one last one.
A little rest to brush the road from Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures.
I have to stop laughing. I'd like to know your thoughts on our companions.
You hear that, Boo? Your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to
Sure.
consult your wisdom.
Yes, Boo. I'd love to hear your opinions.
So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing. He will tell what he knows. But Minsc, of course, will translate.
Aha. Oh, we can't ask about Gale. I hate it. Or about Shadowheart. My day is ruined. Or about Jaheira. Is it maybe just the characters who are not in the party? Let's hear your thoughts on Astarion.
Oh, the pale scoundrel has his charms, it cannot be denied. But, my friend, it gives me no pleasure to tell you, Astarion is not what he claims to be. Just last night,
What?
Minsc was dressing one of his many heroic wounds in camp, when Astarion stumbled upon the scene. I tell
Weren't
you,
even
he
here
grew
yesterday
pale
night.
as death itself. He licked his lips and trembled so violently that Minsc thought he might faint on the spot. The truth is painful, but undeniable. Astarion is a coward. How can he fight the battles to come when he grows soft at the first sight of blood?
I love it.
Just one moment. You are sure? And you could not have told me this before? Minsc may have been mistaken. Boo presents compelling evidence that Astarion may in fact be a vampire.
Maybe both. What? No. That he is, but... does Garon believe that? That he is, but one of the good ones.
Minsc has met many vampires, and never one whose smile did not hide treacherous teeth. But, as you say,
We'll make Astarion good.
this world is a strange and wondrous place. Minsc has seen the soul of an angel in a child of Baal. Once, even a kind
The
banker.
hamster's all-knowing.
If the sun can bear to look upon Astarion's monstrous face, then so can Minsc and Boo. For now, at least.
Maybe he sees like the Or like the remaining safe, smart part of his brain is like kind of projected into Boo. Psychology about Minsc. I'd like you to hear your take on someone else. But I mean, did some of you also try that out, those discussion about other companions? Is it like always those four, or is it just the people who are not in the party? What about Will?
Ah, the great blade of frontiers. A fine name. Minsc has no idea what it means, but it suits young Will's air of mystery well. It is good to know the city did not go
Good name.
unprotected while I wore pigeon droppings on the wide. Jahira did her part, of course, but she prefers to scowl from the shadows. This city needs a name, a face, preferably a furry companion, too.
Squeak. He has a companion, alright. Her name is Mizora. Perhaps you and Will can team up when all of this is over.
Ho ho ho! Minsc will need a title to match. Something to wash away this Stone Lord stain. The boot of backsides, perhaps? Or...
Carry of hamsters.
Evocative, but so crude. I will stick to simple Minsc.
Did you see that? After that, I couldn't ask for some more.
Not minding is one of the many things Minsc is known for.
Can't talk about it again, can I?
You come to speak of the last time Minsc stood watch? Minsc is an open book.
Ah, I can.
Who is ready with the
You and
music?
Karloff must have a lot in common.
Indeed. A berserker after my own heart. Though hers is made of hellish heat, and metal, and some manner of coin-operated device.
Gortash sold her to Zariel. He has a lot to answer to.
That he does. And all of the questions that Minsc has to ask are of the pointed and painful kind. But, for all his betrayings of Karlach, Gortash never for a moment bested her. Karlach remains Karlach. Even if all her parts were traded for tin and scrap, Minsc thinks this would still be so. And soon, Karlach will still be Karlach. But Karlach will also be cured.
I don't know. Doesn't sound so good so far. You know, you should tell Karlach you think so highly of her.
Pah! She knows. A warrior always knows.
Those
After all,
elbows.
do you not see the wicked gleam of wisdom in Minsc and Boo's own eyes?
Okay, last but not least, Lae'zel.
A little rest to brush the
How much
road
time
from
have I
his
spent
fur,
just talking to
and
Minsc?
then back to our adventure. Minsc is an open book. Boo is ready with the
What
music.
do you think of Lae'zel?
Minsc knows her people well.
You do?
The skin of the world is thin up in Resheman, and it is easier there for things to slip between the planes. Sometimes these are wonders from other worlds. Sometimes warriors, hungry for plunder. Such visitors have inspired a saying among my people. The children of Gith live long and forget the face of death. And so they come to Reshiman to be reminded.
Lae'zel's not her people.
And Minsc did not
She
mean
really
to
is
say
not.
so. No more than he is a Hathran of his high country. No, Minsc has no hatred for Githyanki. It is a fine thing to fight against them. And a fine thing to fight beside them too, I think. Besides,
Fighting is
the
fine.
children of Gith alone have witnessed a sight that I have long yearned to behold.
And for a moment, you share in a vision tinged with his awe. Imaginings of the astral sea, an immense horde of wild space hamsters drifting in the endless expanse.
All about hamsters.
The Githyanki may have Minsc of Rashemanzire, sometimes healthy servings of his sword. But for this, and this alone, they shall always have his respect.
Yes?
Oh, okay.
All's well, I hope? Aside from the obvious.
I kinda expected more comments, you know? About Minsc.
Let's talk.
Sounds very serious. We have to talk.
Is something burdening you?
Oh. Seems like we get no talk about Minsc. So, let's sleep. Oh well. Well, let's start the day. Ah, no, Gale, wait.
Excellent choice.
You always are. Mage armor. Let's see, invisibility. And suspender.
Do what must be
I'm
done.
also just going to take Lae'zel along once more. I'm gonna send the armor to the camp, so let's hope I remember that. Pouch, everything in there.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more
Let's
interesting
just leave
times.
Shadowheart behind for a while, so I
All's well, I
can
hope?
take everything
Aside from the
from
obvious.
Dihira to her, to Lae'zel.
If you're sure. Fine.
Ah, now I'm encumbered. Damn it. Here, Gale. No, you're encumbered. No, we're both encumbered. I shall send with him. Yeah, I think now we can just drop them. Okay, Lae'zel.
Is some... It is...
Join me.
Indolence breeds madness.
And we're just going to basically give her everything. Slowly and surely. All the different sounds of stuff moving around. Yeah. Saloon spare. Spear. Spare. Scrolls. Lots of things just to sell, I guess. And it kind of seems that like every day after resting, after reset, that they appear in their camp clothes. So I think she's also still wearing her camp clothes. Seems just bugged.
Yes? You're sure?
Yes.
Another step forward.
Shadowheart.
Ready and willing.
Let's just give those body parts
Almost pleasant
What?
traveling with company. Or
to Lae'zel.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Journal updated Daughter of Darkness. Why?
let's get on with it.
Why then update? Doesn't really look updated, but anyway. Leave camp.